Morning guys. O'clock in the morning. Oh, this is not funny. Day 2 of the crane build today. Gosh. There we go again. Oh. There we go again. Hope the motorway is better this morning, because yesterday it was horrible coming up. Oh, yeah. Good old Ranger start's lovely. Right, let's get this show on the road, guys. Hopefully we can finish building the Kobelco today. We'll see. I'll catch you in an hour, guys, when I get to work. Did well this morning, guys. 6:05. Nothing on the road. Well, I mean, the motorway was cars on it, but it wasn't bad. So I'm first on site. No, I'm not. Here's another one. Here's one of my vans just turned up. Here's the boys. Plan for today. The green crane over there. So what we're going to do is build the jib, or the boom, or the big bit, the stick that comes off the crane. So the yellow crane has now moved away. It's come this way a little bit. That's a second position. And it's going to build the jib. And then the yellow crane is going to move to where I'm sat in my car at the moment. Just here. That's a third position. And it's going to build the jib even more. So where that crane is over there, when that jib is laid down, or the boom is laid down on the floor, it's going to come all the way down here, down here, down here, down here, and it's going to stop about where the middle of my car is. And then the crane will lift the whole thing up in the air, and we'll have a functioning Kobelco. Right, I'm going to finish this coffee, open up the shop, and crack on with the day, guys. Day 2. Let's see how we get on. Right, let's go and have a wander up and have a look. Finish my coffee. We've had a bit of rain today, which is good, so it's a bit cleaner. Lads are turning up. Crane's in the second position. Isn't that nice? Good driver, that Rob. Very good. Not a bad company, Hutchinson's. Kit's nice. Ah, well. Don't like the look of that weather though. I think we're going to get more rain. There's the tip. There's the last section of boom, which they delivered yesterday, which I just told them to put on the floor. That'll be going straight onto the crane this morning. That'll be the first lift. I'll put this bad boy onto that bad boy, just there. Now look at the size of this. I don't think this camera does it justice. I really don't. She's a big one. She's very wide. What a crane. I think that boom is going to be 80 metres long. I don't think you can appreciate the scale of it. You can see the little yellow steps to get up onto the tracks. She's one seriously big bit of kit. Look at them bloody weights. Has anybody done the maths yet? 5.5 tons per weight. 14 of the weights just on the back, plus the white bit on the bottom. God knows what that weighs. She is a big girl. She's massive. Not my biggest though. The biggest I've done is a 650 ton crane. I did that in London a couple of years ago. But either way, she's a monster. By the end of the day, guys, we'll have this built. I'm sure we will. I've resigned myself to the facts. 2 days to build the crane. So by the end of the day, all this will be put together and it'll be up in the air. Well, that's the plan anyway. You've got to have a plan. Right, go and get the lads sorted out and let's start day 2. Righty, what time we got now? 7, guys. First wagon's on its way in. I've got a bit of life in the place. Just mobilised my guys. They're all going out to meet the wagons, bring them in. The riggers are all here. We just wait for a crane driver. Yippee. Let's get this show on the road, guys. Let's get this bloody crane built. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me again today. You're probably going to find it a boring shit video, but do you know what? If you're ever interested in how we build a big crane up and how we do things here, then just keep watching, guys. Right. And the boys. Let's get the first piece up in the air. Slowly, slowly. It's all about balance. Put this piece in a position and then move the piece on the crane to meet it. Nice and steady. I think the trick is with this is to float this section to the section already on the crane. Join the top 2 pins first and then just release the load. So the load swings down and the bottom 2 pins should then be in position. So I think what they'll do is get the top 2 pins in first. Pretty straightforward, really. Just takes a little bit of time to line everything up. Once I push them top 2 pins in, basically the load will support itself. See the guy there with the yellow stripes to the left of the load is giving all the hand signals to the driver, the crane driver. There's a top pin going in. That's one side in. One pin to go. And then when they lift the crane up itself, the boom up itself, the gap will close up at the bottom and they can put the last 2 pins in. And that's the way it generally works, guys. 4 pins holding the sections together. So when that bit's on, the crane will spin round and it'll pick this one up from where it is now. And then just take it over there and that will go on the end of that section there that's been fitted. So on, so on, so on, until the whole section and the tip of the whole section ends up where this blue van is. We'll just lay the whole thing down into this car park in a straight line from the crane. And then the crane will lift the whole 80-metre boom section up in the air and it'll start to look like a crane, guys. So you think about how long that boom is. If I stand at the van And you can see the crane right over there. When the boom's laid down, it'll be from that crane all the way to here. That's a long way, guys. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Leave us a comment. If you have any questions, ask a question. And if you haven't done already, guys, please subscribe to the channel. I know it's about the UK-PINAY, Philippines in the UK, but sometimes I have interesting things to show you too. This is one of those times. Well, we're into phase 3 now, so Rob's bringing the crane into the CHP car park. He's going to park it right up near my cabin. So we're going to actually back the wagons in here, and he's going to pick them up and lay everything down there, because as I said, that jib section is going to go from there all the way back down to the crane. There's going to be 75 to 80 metres of it, guys. So hopefully when everything's built up, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you them lifting an 80 metre boom up into the air on a crawler crane. And not many people get to see that, fellas. So we'll let Rob do his thing.
Is it right that rigger there? Do you want to come further forward?
It can come a bit further forward.
Manholes around that one.
I've done a CBR test on that, and it's absolutely solid there, mate. So yeah, you can put his outrigger there if he wishes. Yeah, well, we want to keep away from them.
I'll look where his rigger is. I think it might be.
Right, you were. I do not want that there. Needs to come forward. Rob, can you get forward a touch, mate? Couple of feet, mate. Just to get away from this manhole section here. I've done CBRs on it. 0.04, 150 kilonewtons. Piece of piss. But I'm just a bit worried about the... see where that tarmac is? You've got a drain system under. There's an HV under there as well. I think it's dead at the minute. Yeah. But I'd rather not put a lot of pressure on it. If that's all right with you, buddy.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Thanks. We just want to pull forward a touch. I'm just a little bit worried about these drains. You can see the drain covers, but this tarmac here sort of gives it away, and this concrete, that something's running underneath that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So we'll back wagons in now, like this one that's coming in, funnily enough. Speak of the devil, one turns up. Pick from there, swing around this way, and lay it all down here. We'll build the jib up now from that blue van, all the way back to that crane down there. And when everything's built up, we'll lift the whole thing up into the sky. And that's going to be the money shot, guys. That's going to be the interesting part. And that's what I'd like to share with you today. So I think we're geared. I think everything's all right. We're good. Keep my car well out of the way as well. I think it's out of harm's way here. I'm glad I configured the fences and the offices now, because I knew that this train had be sat there at some point. That's why I put the offices right back there in an L shape. Gives it that room for the crane to sit. It sort of helps that I've been doing crane builds for quite a few years now, so I do actually understand the process. It's looking good. Here we go, he's powering up the crane. We'll get this big boy in the air. That's what they call short rigging. You don't put the mast out too much. That increases how much the capacity of the crane can lift, keeping it short. There's Johnny Fab. Johnny is the rigger. Johnny Fab, what a name. Sounds like a film star, doesn't it? Johnny Fab. F-A-B-B. Love that name. So Johnny will put them big straps on there. They're 8-ton straps. And we'll lift that whole thing up, move it left, and we'll attach it over there. We're just going to build that jib today, guys. Just make it longer and longer and longer until we run out of parts. That's the fine art of rigging. Get everything clipped off and get out of the way. I'm not even bothered putting my helmet on, guys. To be honest, if this thing falls on me, a plastic helmet isn't going to save me. That means head down. If you touch your head and then point your thumb down, it means drop the boom. Bring the boom down a bit. That'll send the hooks further away to the cab of the truck. I used to know all these signals for cranes. In fact, I still know them. I just don't use them now because that's not my job anymore. You'll centralise the hook straight over the load. And then when he's ready, you'll give it a little tiny nip. Check that all 4 straps have got the same tension on them. That's a good indicator. There we go. Johnny, good rigger. Very good rigger. And check everything out, get himself down, and we'll start lifting. Yeah, give it a nip. That's what it means. It's like a little clench hand wave. Just means put the pressure on. That's all that means. Give it a bit of pressure, give it a lift. Let's see how she reacts. Perfect. Didn't swing left or right or anything like that. Direct lift, straight up in the air. We'll put his tagline on it, so you can actually hold on to the load and guide it left and right as it's going up. It's not a very long tagline. They're normally a lot longer than that. So you can control the load from on the ground. We'll just move that over now. Over the top of the digester, which are the things that we're actually using the crane to remove, those big green things there up on the hill. He'll send that round. And that will attach to the last bit of jib, which is already on the floor attached to the crane. And so on, and so on. Nice and easy. Same again. Put the 2 top pins in first, which are up there. Then lower the load down, so it'll centralise itself and line up, and then they'll put the bottom 2 pins in again. Very easy build. You can see the pins on that end of the holes. That's where the pins go. In she comes. We'll drop the head of the crane down a bit now. There it is, I can hear the hydraulics. And and that will move the load towards the crawler crane. Slowly, slowly. Lower the head. See the head coming down. The more he comes down with the head of the crane, the further the load goes away from the crane. I'll just leave them to get on with that bit, guys. We don't want to see everything. They're just going to link it all up. I'm going to come back here and enjoy my coffee. And for dinner today, Mrs. C got me some nice sausage rolls. Wonderful. So at least I won't be starving today, guys. As soon as I turn my back, guys, they're actually up with another load. Unreal. These guys are red hot. Having a good day today. Let's see what they're up to. Aha, here comes the head section. So that's the end of the main boom. But then we'll have what they call the fly jib, which goes on that, which extends things even further. I don't want to get too close, but this will get landed in a nice position. See if I can zoom it in. Watch you floating it in. So that's the head of the crane. I'll just connect that on there now. These boys are not messing about today. They built the crane yesterday and today is the jib, the boom. In she comes. Put the top pins in, lower it down, put the bottom pins in. And then they can release the crane again. Here she comes. Where's that pin? There she goes. Give it a tap with the hammer. That's the one. Same with the other side. Take the weight off the crane and do the pins on the floor. That's the second pin. Put the safety retaining pins in to stop the pin falling out. Now we go to the bottom pins. Just lower it down a bit on the main crane. There she comes. Until the bottom pinholes line up where the guy's feet are. And everything should seat itself in the right position for that pin to go through. Interesting stuff, right? Not many people get to see things like this happening. Get the old persuader again, the old sledgehammer. Little bit of a tap. There she comes. I can see the pin. Simple as that, guys. Put the retainer in. Stops the pin falling out. That's it. A little bit of grease on it, a bit of oil. Stop it rusting up. Now we'll let the pressure off the crane. When the other one's done, and release the straps. We're ready for the fly jib after that, guys. It's taking shape now, isn't it? 5 to 12, guys. Last wagon's just turned up. So this is the fly jib, which is 18 metres in total, and it should have come in 2 halves. So let's have a look. There we go, 2 halves. So off she comes. Everything just pins together, as did everything else. Soon be there, guys. Not long now. Looking a bit longer now, guys. It's a long way back to that cab. Couple of pieces to go, and then we're about there. Looking well. Time we got 12:30, guys, and that's the end of the main rig. That's the start of the fly jib. 18 metres. So the lads are just putting the cables on now, the final cables. Then we've got to run the cable through for the fly jib, connect everything up, put the hook on, which is on the floor over there, and we'll lift the thing up into the air. When that's lifted in the air, I'm going to take this mobile crane to another lift somewhere else on the job. So pack it up, drive him somewhere else, and I've got a container to take off. Then we'll come back to this one, and we're going to move it to our side of the crane pad towards us, and then off to the right there and park it. But we've got to put some massive pieces of wood down called Eki mats to park it on. Might do that tomorrow morning yet. So we're getting there. The boys are working hard, rigging all the cables up. Nearly there, guys. 2 days to build. Believe it or not, this team's done it in 1 day before. Very hard working, good guys. Okay, guys. That's the last wagon away. The last one. So we need to find something to do with this crane now. I think we're going to fold him up. Crane's busy again, guys. Bringing the A-frame up with the cables on it. Putting the tension on these cables. On the fly jib, that's called the fly jib. It's like an extension. The main hook's there. The fly jib, or the smaller hook for lighter loads, is there. So they'll pull them cables now, and they'll pin them, and then they're ready to lift the whole lot of the jib up into the air, guys. And that's the crane built. Doing very, very well. Hope you're enjoying it so far. It's a rare opportunity to look into the world of big cranes and see how it all goes together. And I know it's something that's a little bit different to the UK-PINAY content that you normally see on the channel. It's normally about Range Rovers and visits to the Philippines, but every now and again I'll put something special on there for you guys. So that's the very tip, the very top of the crane. And sometimes you'd have a flashing rotating light on there because these things are so high, light aircraft might run into them. The top wheel for the fly jib. And this is the fly jib hook. Looks quite small. It's a small one out of the two. I'll put my foot on it, and I've got a size 12 boot, so it's very heavy, but it's quite a good size hook. So that's the small hook. The bigger one will sit further back here. Guys are just putting the cables on at the moment. This is the main lifting area, and this is the main block. That's the main hook. That is a good size. That could be the last thing to get put on, guys. Again, size 12 boot. And that's a size 12 boot against that hook. She's a big one. Shouldn't be long now. We should be able to lift the whole thing up in the air. Okay guys, so the fitters are doing the final checks. She's starting the lift. Here she goes. Moment of truth.
Yours, is it?
She's only about 45 degrees at the minute. From here she looks really tiny. She's a very, very big crane. Not the biggest I've worked with. This is a 250. The biggest I've worked with is a 650. So twice the capacity of this one. Well, she's a big girl. Well, that's 2 days work well done. Sterling effort by the guys at Johnson's Cranes and Hutchinson's. Absolutely amazing what these guys have done and how fast they've done it. Pure credit to them. The Kobelco CKE2500G. She's a big girl. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you haven't been too bored. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, you've seen a crawler crane be built now over the last 2 episodes, and if nothing else, hope you found it enjoyable. But you've had to listen to a fat northern bastard rattling on every step of the way. So there you go, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.